you think it'd be easy to talk to a camera because it's not an actual person. Um, but I am freezing up right now. I'm gonna try to do this fast. Rip it off like a band-aid. Hey, I have been gone for a while. Life has been hectic, but I think things are slowly moving forward. Today, I kind of wanted to get something off of my chest. So, ever since I came out as trans, about 2 or 3 years ago, I have always adhered to the notion that I am female to male transgender. And I don't think that when I came out, I thought that there was anything else that I could become or anything else that I could be besides female to male transgender. There are things about myself that are feminine, and I enjoy having feminine aspects and, not adhering to one label or another, but being female is not something that I identify with. But when I came out, I thought, well, I can only be male then. That's the only path that I can have, because that's what I was seeing with all these other transgender men, all these other transgender people. They were transitioning from their sex assigned at birth, which was female, to male. I do not regret transitioning at all, or starting hormones, or any of the things that I did to get to this point right now. What I am simply saying is that I am not FTM. I am a non-binary person, and I think I had always known this. I had heard of non-binary people, but I didn't exactly know what that entailed. Now that I have come into myself a little bit more and become a little bit more comfortable with who I am and how I present myself to the world and how I'm perceived, I have thought a lot more about it, and this is something that has kind of been, I guess, itching at the back of my throat, that I am not FTM, that I am non-binary. This is something that has been, that I have wrestled with really for the past few months. It's not something that is new to me. I think I've always felt this way. That, even when I was identifying as FTM, I knew there was something there that was just a little bit different, and I understand that every transgender person has a different experience than the next, because we're all totally different people, and you cannot compare your journey or your experience to anyone else, because it is totally and completely your own. But what I'm simply saying is that I am 0% female, but I don't have all the language to identify myself. And for the longest time I identified as queer. But it's only been recently that I thought, well, this is the way I'm feeling. And I like the term non-binary and queer. So basically I'm just saying I am non-binary. And I really identify with using he and they pronouns. I think back on the way that I grew up and how muffled my gender experience was until I went to college. And when I finally came out as trans a few years ago, I felt this immense weight lifted off of my shoulders. And it was the most euphoric feeling ever when I came out to people and people started using my preferred name and my pronouns, and it's hard whenever someone comes out. I think it's even more difficult when someone who's already come out once has to come out a second time or third time or fourth time. You know, how many times you ever have to come out. I was a little apprehensive before making this video and before really sharing this with anyone, because I have really only shared this with like a handful of people. I don't know how people are going to take this, you know, and I know that the term non-binary is coming into people's minds as something that is valid and that exists and has existed for several thousands, millions of years, but it is still scary. And yeah, I'm just worried how people will take it. And for the longest time, I've also thought about using a different name. It would be Oliver or Ollie. And I've only told like 2 people that. So I don't know if I'm going to be telling people to start using another name, because I feel like it's just an extra step. So just needed to get this out because it's something that's been sitting on my shoulders for a long time, and I'm slowly but surely piecing myself together in every single aspect. And if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I have not posted in a while, but now that I have kind of a steady, streamlined kind of life right now, at the moment, I'm going to try to create more content, not just having to do with trans issues, because I feel like as a trans person, I don't want to only be talking about that stuff, because I'm also a person with other interests. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment below if you have any tips on how to come out, for anyone else who may be having difficulty with coming out. So I'm gonna go before I continue rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and